let myself get more patient with my art. When I was doing art while I was working a full-time job, it was like a side gig. So like my focus was my job, get all my things done for my job that I had to do. And this job was someone else's vision. And my art was a side gig where I was like, okay, rush to do that thing, get that commission out. Okay, it's done, good, work. And that was like, it was kind of paralyzing. So I ended up, the more I closed off this other person's vision in this office work, the more I was able to focus on my art, and it became less of a side gig and more of a focus. So my art transitioned from being this kind of like rushly put together composition and more of a really detailed, I will spend days and hours on one piece to get it to look like what it looks like. I couldn't do that before because I was constantly rushing and it was on the back burner, and it was like, oh God, I have to get that thing to my client, because they're getting a tattoo or whatever. And it was never an enjoyable, it was enjoyable like because I was working with them, but it wasn't at the core an enjoyable process because it was rushed. And now it's not rushed. Now it's like, oh, I can really focus on this. I have no deadlines. And I'm more upfront with my clients as far as like, I can get this to you here, but I can't get this to you, so it's more, I grew more confident in communicating what I needed to create what I've been creating. And I feel like you can really see it, like the evolution of my rushed self to my true self and putting a lot more focus in those compositions. So, but I can clearly recall it because it was very life-changing. My true self is like a dorky as hell, whimsical, see magic in everything, sing randomly, dance randomly, like creature. That's who I am. No, well, sort of. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, the glitter is, I used to do this for when I went to fair meaning going camping with my friends and doing mushrooms in the woods, because it just added a little flair. It was like, okay, I'm now like a forest fawn. I can like be my true self and just get wild and crazy, and now I'm like, fuck that, I want to do that every day of my life. So I just do this every now and again because I can. Like, I'm not gonna like wait to go somewhere and be that person who I want to be. I'm just like, I'm gonna be that person all the time. So it's just a little reminder, like, just be your true self. Like a lot of really life-challenging things happened all at once. Like the most life-challenging things happened at the very exact same time. And it made me realize, well, you could just live in this dark, sad place and, medicate yourself with certain things that are probably really bad for you. Or you could try to find the light, and the light ended up being all the things that were the opposite of what I was doing before. It was like, yeah, just really living more true to what I wanted my life to be. But it took a lot of hard things happening where it was just like, it woke me up. And the pandemic was kind of like a transitionary period where I was just like trying out different things. Like, well, now I have the opportunity because the world is changing in front of our eyes. So let's try these different things that I've been wanting to try forever. And that was the kind of like the migration away from all these things that was holding me back. And I realized because all those bad things happen, they could happen again. But if they do happen again, I want to be in this place where I can see the light more easier, and versus having like just a sliver of that light and all the darkness. Like I'd rather just shift over here and navigate life that way. And that's what I did, and it feels so good. Like, it just feels very liberating. Yeah. There's so much talent out there. There's so many people doing amazing things. And Village Arts and Culture is a place where local artists and local creators and local musicians are elevated within their community. It's a place where, the art and culture is highlighted, and it's put in an accessible way for people to come experience and interact and see and support. My parents always told my brother and I, "Oh, you're an artist." And when your parents say something, it's like, "Thanks, Mom and Dad, like, you're biased, but I appreciate it." But when someone else outside your family says it, it's like, "Oh, am I? Am I an artist? And what does that mean?" So for me, my journey in creating art was like, let me figure out what artist means for me. Does it mean, just creating 2D or 3D art, or is it really a creator where I'm creating and I'm pulling from all these different inspirations to create whatever I'm creating at the time? So I think the term artist can be applied to a lot of different things, but for me, I think I'm comfortable calling myself an artist because I have confidence in what I'm creating. I didn't have confidence in what I was creating before, to a certain level. It was joyful, but I didn't think like, "Oh, I'm an artist." It was just like, I'm just creating because it feels good and it's coming out of me and I have something to say. But now I have the confidence where I'm like, yeah, I'm creating this thing and it's purposeful and it's meaningful. And if other people enjoy it, that's wonderful. So